The girl stripped off her clothes in front of the servant, and her sister Bryony happened to witness the entire scene. Moments later, the girl climbed out of the pool, her damp garments clinging to her form, outlining a striking figure. Bryony's jealousy flared instantly. She'd long nurtured a secret crush on the servant, Robbie. Once, to test Robbie's feelings, Bryony had even jumped into a lake, naively thinking his rescue would prove his love.
You could have killed us both! Is that your idea of a joke?
Now, Robbie's warmth toward her sister stood in stark contrast, shattering Bryony's fragile fantasies. Back at home, Robbie tried to pen an apology letter, but his words drifted into a passionate confession. He set that aside, drafted a more formal note, and handed it to Bryony, asking her to pass it to her sister, Cecilia. But as Bryony dashed off, Robbie realized he'd given her the wrong letter. He shouted, but it was too late. Bryony tore it open, shocked by the intimate words inside. Hoping to expose Robbie's true nature, she gave the letter to Cecilia. Yet to the smitten Cecilia, the note only stoked their longing. Later, Robbie and Cecilia found themselves alone in the study, but Bryony's abrupt entrance left them flustered, and they parted awkwardly. At dinner, their aunt's twin children ran off, sending everyone into the night to search. Bryony spotted her cousin being accosted by a man. The attacker fled when he saw her watching. When Bryony pressed her cousin for details, she stayed silent. That's when a malicious idea took root. Bryony accused Robbie of being the attacker. When Robbie returned with the twins, their mother sent Bryony inside. She suspected Bryony was lying, yet to sever Robbie and Cecilia's bond, she let the deception fester. Robbie was arrested, with no chance to defend himself. Cecilia could only bid him a heart-wrenching farewell. Upstairs, Bryony wept. She'd merely wanted to stir strife, not send the man she loved to prison. For years later, Bryony abandoned her chance to study abroad, and became a frontline nurse. Like Cecilia, perhaps her only shot at atonement. One day, she learned her cousin was marrying a wealthy man who'd visited their home the night of the attack. Uninvited, Bryony attended the wedding. Staring at the groom's back, she suddenly recognized him. He was the one who'd accosted her cousin. Her cousin's guilty gaze confirmed the truth. She'd gone with him willingly that night. Overwhelmed by remorse, Bryony finally mustered the courage to visit Cecilia's home and apologize. Just then, Robbie arrived, furious at Bryony's betrayal.
You have to be 18 before you can bring yourself to own up to a lie. There are soldiers of 18 old enough to be left to die by the side of the road. Did you know that? 5 years ago, you didn't care about telling the truth. You owned your family, you just assumed it. For all my education, I was still little better than a servant, still not to be trusted.
Cecilia calmed him, and he told Bryony to go to their parents, confess the truth, and clear his name. But none of this was real. It was all a story crafted by an aged Bryony. She'd never gotten to apologize to Cecilia and Robbie. Cecilia died in a shelter hit by enemy bombs. Robbie perished from wounds on the front lines during a retreat. The two star-crossed lovers had never truly been together.